God is never going to just drop the ball on you and say, here you go, here's the business, here's all the money, here's everything. No, because he knows that we can destroy ourselves and we can destroy our vision, we can destroy our dream, and we can oftentimes destroy other people if we don't manage the things that we have properly.
Let's stand together wherever you go, I'm going. When no one's left, ain't no need to be stressed, you'll be right there. You keep on pouring and it's overflowing your blessings. You saw me love, thought it didn't exist, but it's right.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Destiny Alexis, and welcome back to another morning motivational video where I motivate women to live their full potential in life and in business. So today's video is all about advice for aspiring entrepreneurs and business owners, my tips, my techniques, and kind of giving you guys just a little bit of what I wish I had when I first started. But let's get into the video. So entrepreneurship can be different for a lot of different people, but I don't think a lot of people have the right idea of it sometimes. And I think the only way for people to get clear about what they want to actually do as far as entrepreneurship goes would be to get a little bit clear on, are you ready to take the jump in the first place? Think about the responsibility that comes with it. Are you ready to take on the journey? Are you ready to go on this thing for a long haul? Because entrepreneurship is not something that happens overnight. And I think sometimes people think that if I make this video, it's going to go viral and I am going to start my business and it's going to succeed. Or if I buy the Shopify store and I purchase some banners off of Etsy and I throw it all together, that's just going to work. And I hate to say it, but it's not true. So the first thing you need to do is ask yourself, why do you want to be an entrepreneur in the first place? Is it something that you truthfully love doing? Is this business ultimately something that you are passionate about and that you can see yourself doing for the next few years or even the rest of your life? And if your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. So entrepreneurship for me is literally, it's what makes me happy. It's what drives me in life. Ever since I was a young girl, I was saving my breakfast cereal, repackaging it, and telling myself that I was going to sell it in factories. And I was inventing things and I was collecting nail polish. And I said that I was going to have all these different businesses, right? I even specifically remember having a lemonade stand down the street from my parents' house, and I would sit out there all day until I got super tan and I was just dehydrated, right? But I say all that to say that entrepreneurship has been a part of my life ever since I was a young girl. And maybe that's not the case for you. Maybe it's something that you want to start or something you want to do so that you can be financially free in life, and that is perfectly fine. But just make sure that entrepreneurship is something that is going to make you happy, and it's something that you're willing to put the effort in for. It does not happen overnight, and we all have heard this 1,000 times, but just be willing to put in the work and also be willing to put in the work for the long haul, okay? And ultimately, I just want you to think about entrepreneurship as you would be taking on the responsibility of making this business grow through thick, through thin, through the good times, through the bad times. You will be responsible for pushing this business to where it needs to go. And I just hope that you understand the responsibility. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. Sometimes it can get hard. Sometimes it can get confusing. But if you have the drive and you have the work ethic, anything is possible. A great way to know if you can handle the responsibility is identifying how do you handle or how do you manage what you have currently in your life. Your relationships, your family, your finances. How are you managing these things currently? Because that is going to give you a great indication as to how you will manage your own businesses, finances, relationships, and everything else that goes into it. Maybe your relationships are lacking because you are constantly looking at other things or focused on other things. That may be an area that you need to focus on or work on. So when it's time for you to start your business, or maybe you've already started, that will reflect in your business as well. Whatever you're doing currently in your life is going to reflect in your business. If I'm overwhelmed about certain things that is business related, sometimes I can get overwhelmed in my personal life. And so that's something that you kind of have to separate. When work is work and when business is business, and that's over, leave it alone and go spend time with your family, love on your family, and just get back to business when it's time to get back to business. Don't think that God is going to give you the $1 million business if you have not put in the $1 million work and if you're not willing or ready to take on that responsibility. $1 million businesses have $1 million problems. They have real problems that maybe it takes you to grow through to really understand. And one thing I can say in business is God has allowed me to scale my business more and more each year. And honestly, after each year, I have reflected back and said, wow, this certain situation prepared me for this. This situation prepared me for that. And so certain things that you go through in business and in life are going to prepare you for where you're headed. God is never going to just drop the ball on you and say, here you go, here's the business, here's all the money, here's everything. No, because he knows that we can destroy ourselves and we can destroy our vision, we can destroy our dream, and we can oftentimes destroy other people if we don't manage the things that we have properly. So God is a God that loves us, and he knows that I can't give you all of this right now because you haven't handled all of this over here. Once you handle all of this, I will be able to give you this, right? And so managing and being a good steward over what you have is going to bless you for where you're going in the future with your business. The next thing I would say is to be willing to work hard. And I've already touched on this in the video, but I need to stress this to you all. You have to work hard. If you say you want to be an entrepreneur, you say you want to be a business owner, there's a lot of businesses and business owners already out here. So you have to be willing to work hard, to do your research, to stand out. And the way that you stand out in your business, in your industry, is just doing a little bit of homework. We had homework that we did in school. We had homework that we did in college. Now we have homework that we do in life. And if you're willing to do entrepreneurship, there's going to be homework that you have to do as well. And that means you got to take the notes, you got to prepare, you have to be on time, and it's okay to make mistakes. And that same thing is very true for business as well. There's no mistake that's not comebackable unless you do something like crazy. But on the growing levels of entrepreneurship, you're going to learn from your mistakes. And sometimes it takes you to go through those battles or those struggles, those frustrating times for you to really appreciate what you're building and what you're growing. And you have to water the seed that you're planting. You have to pray and ask God to guide you in life and through the hard times, through the confusion. There's going to be a lot of confusion. There's going to be days where you don't know what to do next. There's going to be days where you don't know how to push your business going forward. You may not know what the next step is, but just know that God is going to give you that at the appointed time. He is going to direct you. He is going to show you your path. And even the left turns, the right turns, like I've said before, will lead you to your purpose and to your destiny. It's going to all make sense to where you're going. You just have to be willing to go on the journey with God. God is going to give every single one of us everything that we deserve. And, he may not give us everything we ask for, but honestly, that is such a great thing, because if he gave you everything that you asked for, you could literally destroy yourself. So be thankful for where you are and be thankful for where you're headed. Remember not to give up when you don't see the results. There's going to be times where you don't see results, okay? And we all know that entrepreneurship is like a roller coaster and it's not really a steady road, but that's okay because you are building this thing and you can build this as far and as wide as you want this to go. So when you don't see the results and you see everybody else talking about they sold out online and they have all these packages and they're doing all these things, just know that if you've done it before, you can do it again. And if you can even see yourself doing it, you can also do it as well. Regardless of what I'm seeing, whatever results are happening currently, that does not define me. And I know that if I put in the work and I work really hard and I give my stress and my frustration to God, and if I talk to God and he leads me, then I can't fail. The last thing I would say is to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you literally cannot go far. And, God says faith without works is dead, but he also says without faith, it's impossible to please God. And so if you want God to honor your business, if you want God to push you forward, if you want him to, help show you how to scale your business or how to be a successful business owner, you have to talk to God about it. God is the creator of all things. He created the idea within you to even say you want to be a business owner, right? Although sometimes it's going to be hard and sometimes even not seeing the results, you could honestly be like, well, how can I believe that I'm going to be successful if I'm not seeing the results of what it looks like to be successful? You have to know that at some point, all the work that you're putting in is going to pay off. You have to believe in what you're doing and believe in it even when no one else believes in you. Well, ladies, I hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope that this gave you a little bit more insight on what it's like to think or have the mindset of an entrepreneur, what that means, what that looks like. And so whenever you get confused and you have those frustrating times in entrepreneurship, I hope that this video helped you get a little bit more clear. And I hope that you stay tuned for more videos like this to come. Check yourself, make sure that you guys have the right intent intentions when you're starting your business, and always believe in yourself. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you guys stay tuned for the next video. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Keep holding